Alright, good morning. We are now going to talk about adding and subtracting polynomials. Alright, so again, when you're adding and subtracting polynomials, you are looking to combine like terms. Like terms are terms that have the same variable and the same exponent. Alright, so if you take a look here, we're going to take this polynomial and add it to this polynomial. And while everything in each of these terms have the same variable, not all of them have the same exponent. Okay, so again, when it comes to adding polynomials, we're going to combine like terms. Okay, so here we have a 2n cubed, and here's an 8n cubed. Right, these two have the same variable and exponent of n cubed. So we're going to combine those together, and when we're combining, we're just simply going to add the coefficients. 2 plus 8 is 10. And then we're going to tack on the same variable and exponent. Okay, so the variable and the exponent combination does not change when you are combining like terms. All you're doing is you are adding the coefficients. Do not add the exponents. Alright, here we have 3n squared, 6n squared. They both have the same variable and exponent combination. So we're going to go ahead and add those together. By adding together, we are adding the coefficients. 3 plus 6 is 9. And we keep the variable and the exponent exactly the same. Alright, moving on to the second example. Again, we are adding these two polynomials. Alright, so we're first looking for a variable exponent. So here's x to the fourth. Here's an x to the fourth. These are like terms, so we're going to combine those. We both have the same variable and exponent combination. So now it's all about the coefficients. 4 plus a negative 3 is a positive 1. And then we're going to keep the same variable and exponent combo with that 1. Alright, again, when you're combining like terms, you keep the variable and the exponent exactly the same. We have here an 8, a constant, 3, a constant. We're going to add those together, and it was 11. Okay, moving on to number 3. A lot of n's everywhere, so we need to be careful which ones we're going to combine. So let's look for the n with the biggest exponent. Here we have n to the fourth. Here's another n to the fourth, n squared, n in the first. Okay, so the biggest exponent is n to the fourth, and I have two of those. So we're going to go ahead and combine those two together to get 6, n to the fourth. Keep the variable exponent combination exactly the same. The next biggest exponent is 2. Here I have a 2n squared and a 3n squared. When I combine those to get 5n squared. Finally, here we have negative 7n. It's all by itself, so we want to keep it as negative 7n. Done. Right? Again, we cannot combine all of these because although they have the same variable, they have different exponents. Again, if you don't see an exponent, assume to be 1. Alright. Next example, got a b to the third and another b to the third. So I'm going to combine those first. Negative 7 and negative 5 is negative 12, b to the third. The next exponent here is b to the first, and I only have one of those. So that's going to stay exactly the same. Here I have a 6 and a 7. Combine those to get 13. Number 5, I have an n to the fourth and another n to the fourth. Combine those to get 5, and a negative 3 is a positive 2. N to the fourth. We've got 6n and a negative 4n to get a positive 2n. And I have an 8 and a 5. Combine those to get 13. Alright, so again, be careful as you're combining these like terms. And usually when you do write them, you want to write them in descending order based off of their exponent. The biggest exponent here is 4. So we're going to combine 3m to the fourth with 7m to the fourth to get 10m to the fourth. 6m cubed, negative 7n cubed, negative 1m cubed. Constant of 6, constant of 4, combine them to get 10. Alright? Alright, moving on to subtraction. Alright, so again, we're going to be subtracting, so we got to be careful when you're doing these, right, that you read, are we adding or are we subtracting these polynomials? Because when it comes to subtraction, there's one little step that you have to do in the beginning before you start looking for like terms. And that is, you got to distribute. Alright, so we're going to distribute this negative through the parentheses. So this 6n cubed now becomes a negative 6n cubed. And this negative 4, when you come distribute that negative, becomes a positive 4. Okay, so the first thing you got to do when you're doing subtraction, you have to distribute the negative. Alright, so once you do that, now you can go ahead and look for like terms. Here I have a 4n cubed and a negative 6n cubed to get me negative 2n cubed. I've got a 3 and a 4 to get 7. We are subtracting polynomials. So it means I need to distribute, so that becomes a negative 2a squared, and this becomes a negative 7a to the 4th. Now I look for combined like terms. 2a to the 4th. Negative 7a to the 4th is negative 5a to the 4th. 5a squared, negative 2a squared, positive 3a squared. And you cannot combine these because they do not have the same exponent. Number 9. Distribute the negative. Then combine like terms. And look for the biggest exponent. That's a 3, 4, 2, 4, and a 3. The biggest exponent is a 4, so we're going to combine those first. So negative 7a to the 4th. Remember there's a 1 in here. Negative 1a to the 4th. Negative 8a to the 4th. 1a cubed. 3a cubed. Combine those to get 4a cubed. 7a squared. 7a squared. Distribute the negative and combine like terms. Alright, so what I want you to do is pause the video right now, and I want you to take a look at these last two examples and see if you can get them, and then once you're done, go ahead and hit play to see how you did. Okay, so pause the video now and do problems 11 and 12. Alright, so for these last two examples, again, the first thing you should have done is distribute the negative. So you got negative b cubed, negative 6b squared, and negative 7b. And then when you look to combine like terms, you should end up with a negative 8b cubed, negative 10b squared, and negative 4b. In the last example, distribute the negative through, the negative 8, negative 7 cubed, negative v cubed, negative 3v squared. If you look to combine like terms, you should have a 2v cubed plus 4v squared and a negative 3. Alright, so that's it for today. If you have any questions on the homework, please let me know. You guys have a great day.